Julifer 9211 coming at you with another Dark Magician duel. This one was a request. Somebody asked me about Eldlich, and they want to see me do an Eldlich deck. Sometimes I get a lot of different duels against specific decks because they struggle. And specifically, this specific deck for me is one of the easiest to trample. The reason why, once you figure out a deck's weakness, and most of the deck has several combos and they have a specific ace card monster which they play, whether it be Dark Magician or any other deck. Um, when you have problematic monsters or whatnot, you have to banish them immediately with your Ice Dragon Prison or the circles. You just have to find a way to maneuver through the hand traps and play the deck. So here's an example um, so that you can see yourself. So I drew secrets. Um, Secrets are dark magic. We have the Soul Servant, um, Twin Twister, and we have Magician Souls, and then obviously Red Ice Fusion. So it's not the best hand, but yeah, you can't cry about it. You gotta make it with what you got. So we're gonna give it a go. So he went first. So he set a card face down. So sometimes you don't know what you're playing against. So sometimes you might need to step on the gas. So I can't take him lightly. So you already know what I'm gonna do. Activate discard. When I discard um, Secrets of Dark Magic, sometimes people might disagree. You have to remember some of these cards can be reshuffled back into your deck because you have cards like Soul Servant. So usually, even though you have a copy of a card, you automatically make it to where you have 4 copies because you have one card, but then each Soul Servant gives you an extra copy because you could restack it unless they banish it. But they'll usually banish other cards and not a card like Secrets of Dark Magic. So um, you discard it because you could always get it back at any moment you want. Some of your cards search for cards that search that or stack it back to your deck. So discard it and then play Red Ice Fusion afterwards. And if you would Ash Blossom, I would have took it another route by sending a Dark Mission and a Dark Mission Growth to the graveyard uh, to the Soul Servant um, and setting up a field. However, he didn't really stop it, so um, blew it up. And like I said from the beginning, dumping the Dark Magician Girl, dumping the Dark Magician, um, and then shortly after you go into the circle. And I've always said, openly that I play only 2 circles and 3 Eternal Soul, and people usually attack me over the number of cards, the ratios. They say circle goes at 3 and the Eternal goes at 1, or whatever the case may be. Um, I, however, don't just talk, like I show results, and I've always noticed I do the Yu-Gi-Oh! Dual calculator, and it does show a high percentage once you reach around 30 cards or less in your deck. The percentage goes like above 70% for drawing a 3 card staple like Eternal Soul. So if that's true, I should be able to dump these cards. My deck is under 30, it's 29. I should be able to circle into an Eternal Soul if the percentage is like past 75%. You could argue and say, no, you're probably not going to draw it because you still have a 25% chance you're not. But the percentage is very high because you're not really 75% is not really a real fact because you're actually going 3 into the to the deck, not one. So the possibilities of going in are probably a little bit higher than that, maybe 80%. So it's more likely that I'll draw it. So I did so enough chit chat, facts. It pulled it, and then you just said it, and that's that. You attack, and then in the Eldlich, he activates the effect. Guess what? Now that I know what kind of deck he has, I don't really care about anything else. I just care about the Eldlich. So if you know his effects, you gotta stop him right away. Um, and at any point that it comes to the field, I'm banishing it. And obviously, I'm going to try to dig deeper in my deck to get run into a nice dragon prison to banish it, or just there's a lot of ways to go about it. So I'm gonna go ahead and negate it. Um, then people hate dark magic attacks, so they hate it so much. I don't want to run into it when I draw it, so I just rather draw it now. And I don't need the dark magician because he doesn't have nothing on the field. So um, just in a few turns, maybe 1 or 2 turns. I already set up the circle, Eternal Swan, Dragoon. I have dark magician in the graveyard. And what is it? Excuse me, 8 cards in the traps. Trap one banished, two in the hand. So I'm gonna draw into something, obviously. But I don't want to draw dark magic attack. I'd rather use it to discard. Right now I can boost dark magician or dragoon 4,000 each, so it should be game. There you go. So that was the requested Eldlich. Some people usually tell me like, "Oh no, the deck you're playing is a cheap version of it." Nah, I do that to all of the versions. Um, so so there you go. Dark magic attack.